Assalamu alaikum. Have a good day. Welcome to Financial Management e-learning. We are going to discuss business ethics, corporate governance, and business law. We are in ethical conflict domain. So, today we will discuss the nature of ethical dilemmas, conflict of interest, and how they arise. Today's learning object would be the nature of ethical dilemmas, a model of ethical dilemmas, identifying ethical dilemmas, situation, 5 branches of ethics, resolving ethical dilemmas, conflict of interest and how they arise, element of conflict, effects of conflicts, when can a conflict of interest happen, when interest conflict and managing conflict of interest. So ethical dilemmas assume that the chosen will abide to social norms such as use of law or religious techniques in order to make the choice ethically impossible. So ethical dilemmas, also known the moral dilemmas, and our situation is of which there is a choice of to be made between 2 options, neither of which resolve the situation in ethically acceptable fashion. In such cases, ethical and personal ethical guidelines can provide no satisfactory outcome. So an ethical dilemmas is the complex situation that often involve an apparent mental conflict between a moral imperatives in which the obey one would result to transgressing another, sometimes called ethical paradoxes in moral philosophy. Ethical dilemmas is often involved in the field attempted to refute an ethical system or moral code or improve it so to resolve the paradox. Okay, and look here is the right, that means the nature of ethical dilemmas. It is justice versus mercy, either justice or mercy. That means is the in Bangla we are saying didha. Yeah, that means so short term versus long term, individual versus community, truth versus loyalty. So it is the right versus right. That means right versus, both are right, but which one would be? The managers are sometimes face the business choice that create a tension between ethics and profit. Okay, so or between their private gain and the public goods. Any decision where a moral consideration or evaluate can potentially give rise in an ethical dilemmas. For example, a decision that requires to choice between rules, a decision where there is no rules, precision for the example of follow, a decision that moral requires 2 or more courses of action, which are in the present practice incompatible with each other. It is the imperative to act combined with the uncertainty of which action to take that causes a dilemma. So, the ethical decision making model at a glance, if you see here past, identify the problem, apply the code of ethics, then determine the nature and dimensions of the dilemma. General potential course of action, consider the potential consequence of all option chosen course of action, evaluate the selected course of action, and implement the course of action. So a model of ethical dilemmas, and we see the antecedent process, and consequence. So a model of ethical dilemmas: antecedent, process, and consequence. The role of the change of agent, that means values, goal, needs, attributed. Role of the client system, which consequence goes to the process. Then role of episode, the role of conflict, ambiguity, and that comes consequence, ethical, that means misrepresentation, miss of data, value and goal conflict, technical interruptions, etc. So identifying ethical dilemmas is it is important to understand how they arise. Tension that can exist between a different source of value, society through the legislative process, individual through their personal value, professional bodies, and the norms they set, and companies themselves which lay down code of ethics for their staff to follow. So individual will recognize the tension along the baseline in the area asked to count behind by their company, which they feel to the wrong or inappropriate. If the tense is too great, they will leave the company. Before doing so, however, they may try to speak up, to voice their concern. An example, whether an employee wants to overlook improprieties carried out their company, which would be counter to their professional code. So dilemmas arise when the boundaries of right and wrong are not clear. So it is the fundamental things. When an individual is faced with two options, the choice between making a better choice or the less wrong. So the individual must choose what to do. This is drawn either by instinct, simply hoping that she or he is right, or by reference to the organization's code and in decision with colleagues. So look here, is the social value, here's the personal value, corporate value, professional values. So all values we need to survive in the society. So when we want to increase or keep a value, then there are a lot of things we have to do. So that time it can be happened to ignore another things, and arise when the boundaries of right and wrong are not clear. So ethical dilemma situations, that mean personal friendship, social dilemmas, information access, professional life versus family life. So we can study each of the both of the religious and philosophical point of view. There are 5 branches of ethics. One is normative ethics, another meta-ethics, another applied ethics, moral ethics, and descriptive ethics. So normative ethics, the largest branch, it deals with how individual can figure out the correct moral action that they should take. Normative ethics, the largest branch, it deals with how individual can figure out the correct moral action that they should take. And meta-ethic, this is branch seeks to understand the nature of ethical properties and judgments, such as if true value can be found in the theory behind moral principle. And applied ethics, it is the study of applying theories from philosophers regarding ethics in everyday life. And moral ethics, this branch questions how individuals develop their morality, why certain aspects of morality differ between cultures, and why certain aspects of morality are generally universal. And descriptive ethics, this branch is more scientific in its approach and focus on how human beings actually operate in the real world, rather than attempted to theories in how they should operate. Okay, so here we have seen there are 5 branches of ethics: normative ethics, meta-ethics, applied ethics, moral ethics, descriptive ethics. Knowing how to best resolve difficult moral and ethical dilemmas is never easy, especially when the judge violates the social and ethical standards by which we have been taught to govern our lives. So, resolving ethical dilemmas. A professional accountant may be called upon to resolve the dilemmas in the application of the CIMA Code of Ethics, Fundamental Principles, also the IFAC Code of Ethics. Okay, so CMA, CA, IFAC, CIMA, we have the Code of Ethics, and by this way, ethical dilemmas may be arise with the professional accountant to a number of routes. How? Directly through an inquiry, via an in-house speak up help or lawyer's line, from an external customer, supplier, or other agent of the organization, anonymously. And in each case, is the same rigorous process. In each case, the same rigorous process should be applied to ensure a consistent approach and consistent application of CIMA's Code of Ethics. So, conflict of interest, how they arise. A conflict of interest is a situation in which a person or organization is involved in multiple interest, financial interest, or otherwise, one of which could possibly corrupt the motivation of the individual or organization. And a conflict of interest is a set of circumstances that creates a risk that professional judgment or action regarding a primary interest will be unduly influenced by a secondary interest. Okay, so look here, conflict interest, perceived or actual, company interest and duties, personal interest or royalties. If it imbalance, that is a conflict of interest. So element of conflicts, that means there are 3 elements involved in the organizational conflicts. Is the power and organizational demands, self-worth. Okay, so this component must be applied masses through important organizational process and a decision to resolve a conflict. Effect of conflict. The existence of conflict is an organization may have both positive and negative result on the people involved. and the general situation. The outcome depends on how conflict was handled and dealt with by the people involved. When conflict is efficiently managed, it can diffuse more serious conflict. Okay? And a conflict also simultaneously source of the new information and tightens or increases unity and performance in a group. An individual or a group's ability to use power or conflict management skill will also be measured. On the other hand, the existence of conflict may cause a delay in formulating decision or resolution, especially in it is not managed well. So a conflict of interest is where someone is compromised when their personal interest or obligation conflict with the responsibilities of their job or position. It means that their independence, objectivity, or impartiality can be called into question. A conflict of interest can be at actual, potential, and perceived. So actual, where the conflict already exists. Potential, where the conflict is about to happen or could happen. Perceived, where other people might reasonably think that a person has been compromised. So a conflict of interest can be actual, potential, and perceived. A poor managed perceived conflict of interest can be just as damaging as a poorly managed actual conflict of interest. A conflict of interest can also be positive or negative. We have discussed earlier, and it could be seen to favor or benefit someone or to be against them and disadvantages them, while conflict of interest should be avoided whether possible. They often happen innocently. When can a conflict of interest happen? A conflict of interest can arise in a number of ways: through a relationship, an activity, or a strong personal views. Okay, for example, a person could be compromised if, in carrying out their work duties, they are required to deal with a relative or close personal friend, an organization, club, society, or association of which they are a member, a person who's the community, a leader, a person or organization which they have professional or legal obligation, with which they have business interest or own property, to whom they owe money, for whom they have previously worked or currently work secondary employment in cash. So an agency employee could also be compromised if they were given something from a person who stand a benefit from their decision. They could, for example, accept a gift and invitation for lunch, dinner, or a sporting event, free of subsidized travel or accommodation, any other sort of benefit, including money. In addition, a conflict arises if a person holds a strong personal views of an issue the agency is considering, for example, political views or religious or cultural beliefs. when interest conflict. So look here, it is a conflict of interest. That means financial interest, professional relationship. You have the commercial interest. You have the procurement concern and the human subject concern. It's each other. It goes for the conflict of interest. Both parties are require the benefit, and if that so conflict arise here, the conflict of interest are not wrong in themselves, but they should be properly identified and effectively and transparently managed. Okay, so when a conflict of interest has been ignored, improperly asked on, or influenced action or decision making, the conflict, not the conflict itself, can be seen as misconduct, abuse of office, or even corruption. Okay, so managing conflict of interest is a declaration. That means it's essential that all agencies are involved in a procurement activity complete in the sign of the contract. It is the interest declaration for the confidentiality agreement. This include all members of the procurement staff, contractors, consultant, all members, develop the panel team, and the recommendation, making the recommendation, and all would be the as per the rules and regulation, as per the in our Bangladesh is the Public Procurement Act, as per the Public Procurement Act. All this should be processed here. So managing and identify conflict of interest. Conflicts that are identified must be reported to the manager in charge of the activity. So, if identified, should be report. And the process of the managing them must then be recorded in writing, not the verbal. Okay. The option of the managing a conflict of interest includes identified conflict of interest. That means conflicts that are identified must be reported to the manager in charge of the activity and record in writing, so we can manage the identified conflict of interest through restricting, recruiting, removing, and relinquishing, removing, and resigning. So what is that resigning? Where the person resign from the position with the agency. This should only be considered if the conflict of interest can't be resolved in any other workable way. So we can say, so what we discussed today, we discussed the nature of ethical dilemmas, conflict of interest and how they arise, and the nature of ethical dilemmas, model of ethical dilemmas, identify ethical dilemmas situation, 5 branches of ethics, resolve ethical dilemmas, conflict of interest and how they arise, element of conflict, effect of conflict, when can a conflict of interest happen, what interest conflict managing the conflict of interest, and it's for today. So we'll meet you with my next module soon, inshallah. Till then, Allah Hafiz.